and good morning, people. Welcome back to Dragon Quest XI. We have found out what Eric was looking for, the red orb. However, Dirk did take it, his previous partner, and gave it back to the king, who has sent it south for safekeeping. So we're off to get it back. That also means that, well, we're going back to Cobblestone to check up how things are there. We really wasn't going, didn't have a good thing going for it when we did leave earlier. Remember, we went to the king, we told them that was where we were from, and he sent Jasper over to deal with the problem. Yeah, I think we've got a small issue. There is another enemy around here, but I'm not going to bother aiming for it because it is in the next area as well. Unless it suddenly appears, but it hasn't in this one.
Who else wants some?
So let's head in to the Mangle Grove. Yeah, there are the shining spots around here, but we don't need those items just yet. So I'm perfectly fine with just leaving it there. The Mangle Grove, on the other hand, there's a fair amount here. Since, well, this is the first time we've come. So, yeah, traveling salesman. We don't really have a whole lot of money, but he does have a fair amount of stuff. Copper sword, bronze knife, leather shield. Don't really need any of this. Fresh water is nice, but we don't need it right now. Yeah, I think we're good. But I do believe that adds it to the shop in the camp. Anyways, let's get into our enemies, shall we? Dancing Devils. They like to dance, and they sometimes get your characters dancing as well, so yeah, that's the thing.
Who else wants some?
Smog's make an appearance. Let's just see what we haven't already faced. There's plenty of sparkling spots still around as well. We've seen Smogs, we've seen Great Saber Cubs, Stump Chumps, Dancing Devils, and there is the one from before. And of course, 9 pieces of treasure in the area.
Let's do this.
Okay, so there was a shining spot around here. Ah, there it is. Wake Robins. Ah, the lips. Yep, it's exactly what you think it is. A slug with massive lips, and yes, it does like to kiss you. It can put you to sleep, it can put you to do confusion, I believe, as well. It's got a whole number of status effects that it can do. There is also a number of other things around here. Great Saber Cabs and more Dancing Devils. Don't really want to deal with them now. We'll get to them. I'm not actually entirely certain where all the enemies are around here. It's actually a point of concern for me. I don't believe I ever found them all. So, yeah, that's something. But we are going to at least search around and see what we can find. Small scale. And there they are. I believe these are the enemies we missed in the first area. Or the area just previously. The Fungals. These can poison. And also sleep, if I remember correctly. So, there's that. I haven't found any treasure yet. I don't know why I was looking at that. Local monsters. Yeah, Fungals. So we're missing 3. Let's check to see if that was the one I missed in this area. Yeah, there it is. The Fungal. So we have caught up and got that on the list now. Okay, let's head up here. Looking good for something to be at the end here. Well, there's a shining spot. But not up. Never mind. There's a chest. Pretty important one with a mini medal as well. There is one more sparkling spot a bit back, so we'll go and get that. Just want to make sure that there's no more treasures missing. And there it is. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see you there, Lips. Antidote herb. I believe there's a chest around here, but that's what I feel this creature is telling us, but couldn't tell you for certain.
Oh yeah.
Level 8 for Eric. Up to 7 skill points. I need 8, typically. Anyways, let's move on. Let's... Yeah, I believe we want to go over this way first. I don't think there's actually anything over here, but we do want to head over this way. There's a chest, which is empty. Okay. And a very, very broken bridge. So yeah, nothing really that way. There's also cows. Now that I've finally found one, yeah, these cows, we actually can speak to them. And they tell you the weather. So it's going to be raining at dawn tomorrow. Otherwise, I believe we're done for this particular first section. We do have a campsite.
Look at that. A campsite. And just when we needed one. Still a fair way to Cobblestone. Let's rest up for the night. I still can't get over old Dirk. He didn't just go straight, married, shop in the best part of town. He went straighter than straight. Just like that. We used to be thick as thieves. Literally. We'd travel the world, always on the hunt for loot. Those were the days. Oh, speaking of which, I just thought of something we acquired back then that might come in handy. Yeah, I've decided. I'm giving it to you. You'll love it. We sure did when we got our hands on it.
And what is that?
Behold, the fun-size forge. Pop a few raw materials on top, bash them with the porta pounder, and bop's your uncle. New equipment. And I'm not just talking steel swords and the like. Wooden boomerangs, a natty new jerkin. You name it, this thing can make it. Sweating over a hot forge was never exactly my style. But I have a feeling you'll get more use out of it than I ever did. You can't just go smashing stuff together willy-nilly, though. You'll need the recipe for the piece of equipment you want to make. Here's a little something to get you started. You should strike while the iron's hot.
And this thing will be extremely nice. We can now make bronze swords, divine daggers, and...
There are recipes hidden all over the place. Treasure chests and bookshelves are always a good bet. Keep an eye out and you're sure to find some beauties.
yeah, we'll be getting more things later. And we will get a bit of a head start in trying to use it. Let's see what we can actually make. Divine dagger, which wouldn't be too bad, and a bronze sword, which is also a improvement. Yeah, we do need materials, as was stated. The bronze sword requires a couple of copper ore and a flintstone. The divine dagger requires a copper ore and some fresh water. So, what does it give us? A bronze sword. Can you really say too much more about that? The divine dagger does do additional damage to the undead family as well, so that's useful. But let's make a bronze sword. Now, the thing we need to do here is we need to bash this sword into shape. So what we need to do is hit it within those green bars. The closer to the notch up the top, the better. So let's bash. As you can see, the temperature goes down each time we hit it. So really the best thing to do is just make sure you hit it as little times as possible. Just don't pound willy-nilly. You want to get the best equipment, you need to be as precise as possible. Focus as well down the bottom on the left. You have a certain amount of focus. Once that focus that focus amount has been reached, you can't do any more hits. So there's a number of things that you do need to be very careful about. That went slightly over, but it's okay. I'm not expecting a great sword out of this. Not the first time. And since this is the best thing we can do, if we bash any more, it will go further to the right, and that will just make it worse. At the moment, we've got a fairly okay sword here, so let's appraise it. Probably turn out really well. Okay, so let's finish. It's a success. Bronze sword +2. It's not a perfect sword. The best you can get out of the Fun-Size Forge is a +3 item. But if an item is just normal, that's its worst condition. If it's +1, it's better. If it's +2, even better. +3, the best you can get. And Perfectionist Pearls. Those are required for, I believe, doing little things later with the Fun-Size Forge. So yeah, keep hold of as many as possible. We are also going to make the Divine Dagger because it is a better weapon for Eric. So let's bash and bash. I like to try and, at least this early, try and keep them a little bit closer together, but it's not really too worrisome. That was a critical hit. Basically, with a critical hit, you hit more, and if you do more towards the center, and it's more likely that you're going to hit the notch exactly. So this one, I don't want to do any more. I hit the notch. And that one is also notched. So I have a perfect Divine Dagger here. We don't want to do any more. Let's get it out. And with a flourish, Divine Dagger +3. We can forge our own weapons. Rework our own weapons that we've received before. And yes, you will get additional bonus, additional values on it, such as increased defense, increased stats, that sort of thing. So yeah, those we will be doing a lot with the Fun-Size Forge later. Right now, I'm not going to do too much because the perfectionist pearls are actually what you require to actually rework your items. I don't want to use them just yet on something I'm not going to be using later. So, yeah. And you can see how many pearls are needed on the right. So the copper sword, if I wanted to upgrade that, I'd need 2. The stronger a weapon, the more stats it gives, the more perfectionist pearls you'll need to rework them and make them better. Did everything go to plan? Well, we got a fair amount of good things here. New weapon for you, Eric, and a new weapon for the main character. And it's always available in the campsite. And yeah, we are going to equip those items because, well, yeah. Bronze sword though, plus 20 attack. I believe the base for that was plus 16, so that plus 2 has given it additional 4 attack power. For an item at this stage of the game, that is a lot. And where was that Divine Dagger? Plus 20 as well. When with no plus on that, that was plus 14. So we've gained 6 additional attack power. Again, at this stage of the game, that's a lot. Time though to save. Because you might have noticed the doggo over here. Yeah, we need to speak to this doggo. After getting those items, because, well, that's a broken bridge. Not much we can do with a broken bridge. We can't, well, we could try to walk over it. There's the possibility that we'd make it, but why risk it? Also, if we were to go around in here, there's no one actually here. Only the dog is here. And our first recipe from a chest. Scale shields, scale armor. And I believe that is all the required amount to actually make a set of scale armor, if we wanted to do that, but I think I'm good without anything else. Might also notice there's a new thing on the map. Hello, doggo. Yeah, let's head over this way because this dog is following us. Do we have any sparkly spots in this particular area? No, they're all pretty much down south. But we can't get there. But what could this be? The mark on his hand is glowing. The mark of the luminary. Let's hold our hand out to it. Suddenly got very luminous.
Chop, chop, chop. Chop around the clock. 1, 2, 3, look out, trees. Oh, a woodcutter's life is the life for me. What in the world? I repaired the bridge only yesterday, and now some blighter's gone and destroyed it again. If I ever find out who did this, I swear I'll...
Ta-da! You called? Tricky devil at your service. I went to a lot of trouble to smash at this stupid bridge. I'm not about to let you fix it again. Here, get a load of my devilishly tricky shapeshift beam.
Well, now we know who the dog is.
Now that's what I call tricky. 1 minute you're a silly old woodcutter, the next minute you're a smelly old dog. I'm a devilish genius. Now, what mischief shall I get up to next? Oh, so much trouble to cause so little time. Bye, doggy. Stay. Ooh. An empty treasure chest. I think I've just hit upon my most devilish trick yet.
I wonder if we know that treasure chest.
What the heck just happened? You touched that plant and then I saw all this crazy stuff. You really expect me to believe that this mutt here is actually the woodcutter? Huh. There's never a dull moment with you around. I'm gladder every day I broke you out of jail. Well, all I know for sure is that we're never going to get out of this forest until we get that bridge fixed. And if what we just saw was true, Rover here is the only one who can fix it. Why don't we find that chest and have a word with our mischievous friend? Let's head back the way we came and see if we missed it somewhere.
Well, we didn't miss it. And we could watch it again, but yeah, we're going to go find that tricky devil. But we know exactly where he is. So let's run a little bit and just make sure we get there as quickly as possible, since there's nothing else to pick up. And there's our chest.
Here come my next victims. Ta-da! Introducing the one, the only, Tricky Devil!
Sure.
Hi.
Hey, you're supposed to be shocked by my devilish trickiness. No? Time for plan B then. Take this! Ha!
Seriously? The only thing I'm shocked by is how lame you are.
What did you just... Oh, cheeky devil! Don't you know who I am? I'll teach you. For my next trick, I'm gonna beat you to a pulp!
Well, if you're the tricky devil, yeah, Eric can be the cheeky devil. But say hello to our first boss. We haven't actually had one. This the tricky devil is a lot more dangerous than any enemy we've faced so far. And we're going to do as much damage as we can to it. Ah, thank you for the block. Unfortunately, Eric can't do a whole lot. I haven't really got too many skills for him. So he's pretty much going to be hitting, but Flame Slash isn't doing too bad. Let's Frizz. 10. Yeah, I don't think you really mind fire that much. You're in the yellow though, so this isn't too bad. Once you're in the red, we'll know we're getting to the end of this. And there we go. Nothing really too dangerous, to be honest. I'm a little bit over leveled for what you need to do here, but I'm perfectly fine with that.
This can't be happening. Looks like the joke's on me this time.
Hey there! You two! Oh, look! It's our pal the Pooch! Not anymore. Thanks to you, I'm back to my old self. I'm Flint the Woodcutter, by the way. And I owe you more than words can possibly say. How can I ever repay you? It's funny you should ask. We were hoping that some kind soul might fix that bridge the monster smashed up. It would be my pleasure. Why don't you go back to my cabin and put your feet up? I'll have it mended for you in no time flat. I was hoping you'd say that. Much obliged. Sorry to have kept you waiting, but I'm happy to announce that the bridge is fixed. In fact, it's even sturdier than ever.
That was quick. I guess most of it was still there.
Hang about, huh? Thanks. You've really helped us out. Now, young fellow, about this vision of me being turned into a dog you saw when you touched that glowing plant. The more I think about it, the more certain I am. What you experienced can only have been the guidance of Yggdrasil. Does that mean anything to you? It's something my dear old granddad told me about when I was a boy. Yggdrasil is the giant floating tree at the center of our world, of course. The source of all life, as some call it. If the legends are to be believed, each one of its leaves represents a life, and its power preserves the peace and harmony of our realm. The glowing plant you found in the forest is actually a part of Yggdrasil, a piece of root poking through from beneath. It's said that the World Tree can choose to communicate via her roots, but only with certain very special people. And that's what my granddad meant by the guidance of Yggdrasil.
he was talking about just such visions as you saw. It's all coming back to me now. As a boy, I'd spend hours talking to the silly old thing, but did anything ever happen? Not a bit of it. But you, young man, you're different. You're one of the special ones, chosen by the World Tree. And you've got great hair, too. Life just isn't fair.
So not only are you the Luminary, you're also Yggdrasil's favorite little leaf, huh? Some guys have all the luck, I guess. Well, we can't stand around talking about how great you are forever. Come on.
So, we now know what those buds are. The roots of Yggdrasil. And they will be given guidance. There are a bunch of them over the world. We will be interacting with quite a few of them over the game. And we are healed up, so yeah, let's just save and continue south. We've got our bridge is now fixed. We can just head on forward. Yeah, but the Tricky Devil was technically our first boss. Not really that strong because, well, let's face it, we've got 2 characters and not really that many levels. So, yeah, it's not really surprised that it's not that bad. Later, bosses will get a whole lot harder. I didn't want the fun size forge there. However, we can see what we've got here. Scale armor. Could build it. Shield. Could build it. You know what? We're going to do that. And as you can see, the scale armor takes a lot of beating, almost literally. That's not too bad. I'm expecting a sort of +1 though. Turn out brilliantly. Sure, let's go with it. I don't think it's perfection. We've got 4, but okay, maybe it is. I wasn't expecting +3. Might as well go for the shield as well. Okay, this one has to be perfect. If the last one was, this one has to be as well. Okay, so we've just upgraded the main character's equipment by everything. 48 defense. Wow, okay. Okay, and actually let's do what I was supposed to be doing, and we've got 2 pieces of treasure that are still in the area. The merchant has moved, but their items haven't changed. But we do want to go around and search all the enemies again that are down here, because there are a few new ones. Plus it's a different time of day, so yeah. Hat witches. I don't know why they didn't call them sham hat witches. Okay. Strangely enough, these do have magic. Quite a bit of it. We don't really want to get hit by too many of those.
Ha! Easy.
My weapons and armor, though, should be good enough to handle most things around here now, considering what we got. So can I find these last 2 items? That's the most important thing here. Yeah, there are enemies down there. We can't actually get down there, and it's probably a good thing too, because, well, you can probably see the ogre. Yeah, that isn't a place we want to be just yet. Ah, you look new, actually. Ah, we've got the real decoy. Leafy Lamplin. Leafy Lamplin. So, just an upgraded Lamplin. And we're just going to get rid of the Power Pep.
Let's do this. Nice.
Okay, so that's another enemy out of the way with. We're still looking for, what, 2 more? No, just the one. Buzzberries, Flurry Feather, and some Pink Pine. Excellent. I wonder if the last one is from enemies that are at night. That's quite possible, actually. Still looking for the 2 items, so let's fight some more shams. Thing is, I'm not entirely certain where these 2 items are. Oh, it's just a dancing devil. We're fine here.
Let's do this. Who else wants some?
Can we go up? Thank you. Copper, flintstone, and some more copper. And a single file there. And we're just missing one more item. Which could be anywhere. Especially with the brush so far, there's so much brush around that it's like I can't see anything. Might be in the middle here. Nope. I feel like I'm missing something. Well, I know I am, but anyways, I'm going to go back and heal up and get. It's night time because I think that is where our final enemy is at least. Oh, I actually went into the wrong thing again. But Fun-Size Forge has leveled up. New crafting capabilities. Gained a bit of focus. Okay, I actually want to go and speak to the weather cow over here. Because what this weather cow is going to tell me is when it's going to rain. Raining at dawn tomorrow. Because the last enemy does come out when it's raining. So yeah, we've got also to deal with enemies only coming out during certain types of weather as well. Okay, so hopefully it's raining, because that would be a good thing. Yep, there it is. Because our enemy that we are missing is the bubble slime. Bubble slime's poison. Would you believe? So we do need to be a little bit careful of that. But we have antidotes. Speaking of which, since poison does persist after battle. Oh, hello. I'll take some more.
Another one bites.
So that should be all the enemies. So let's just make sure. Yep, all the enemies. And we've got all the items. And there is still that one treasure missing. But I'm honestly not entirely certain where it is. It might be that empty treasure chest that just considers itself unlooted. There is that possibility. Still, we don't need to be in this particular spot now, so let's head through. How close is 78? That's not too far. I think I'm going to get Eric up to level 9, because that will give me allow me to get some more skills for him. So yeah, I'll be back in a moment. There we go, level 9. So let's build on what I'm wanting. First up, pep chance plus 5%, because I am aiming for zap, so I need another 6 points. Meanwhile, Eric, I could get half inch. I could, because he does do well with additional deafness and things. But I really believe I'm going for dual wielding down here. So let's get Sleeper hit. And in another 5 points he can have Persecutor. And then quite a bit later we'll get dual wielding. And then maybe we'll move a little bit further into Guile. We're done in the Mangle Grove though. We've saved a woodcutter, got rid of a tricky devil. We've got a place to be. And that is to the south. Enemies here I don't believe have changed. I keep going to the Fun Size Forge. And there's 2 pieces of treasure still around, but I'm not really too bothered by those, really. We are going to go over to the campsite though. We're not going to go into Cobblestone right now. Enemies here have been given a slight upgrade. They come in much larger numbers now. But to be honest, they're still the same enemies that we faced when we first came here. So there's no real need to fight them. Let's actually go through the gate, shall we? So next time, I'm going to meet you in front of Cobblestone, and we will be prepared to go inside. Hopefully everyone's okay. Until then, have a wonderful day, have lots of fun. Goodbye.